NFC clubs going head-to-head, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Fields on first down.
Eluding the pressure right.
He'll get this complete downfield to Kmet.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10. As they've got things rolling on this drive. Rolling to his left.
Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage. Was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Tyler Scott now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields.
Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is caught by Herbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw is Fields.
Dancing to his left.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
Looking to throw. He'll buy some time right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
2nd down, ball on the 3. 1st down marker at the 1-yard line. Now Fields
on the move to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. On 3rd down, Herbert.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Khalil
17 yards out. And the Bears are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll be out right at the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
53.
And going right back to Walker. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Herbert powering up the middle. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. They'll set up to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Fields. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little more.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Fields. Steps away. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Just Justin Fields. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fields. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, here's the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On second down, it's Walker. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Geno. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got it at the 15. It's a big play there for Seattle. 49 yards. Walker now on 1st and 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then 1 play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is down to 2.
Seahawks 13. Jason Myers to kick off.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Fields now to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Walker with another carry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Myers' kick is good, and they have regained the lead. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Scott on the return out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off the points for themselves.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A handoff for Herbert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a give to Herbert. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Fields. Flush to his right. That is caught. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields under pressure again, and down he goes again. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Cairo Santos on for the field goal. A 64-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and that'll keep this a 1-point game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Hey, here we go. Sunday.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Trying the left side with Walker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Dallas. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left, and this is going to remain a 1-point game. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Smith on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And this pass broken up. And the contact well of time there, and now 4th down. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now Herbert to start the drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. From the 50, here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields being chased out left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st down, it's Fields. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. And quickly, they get to the line. On second down, a run with Herbert. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears have retaken a third-quarter lead. Santos with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith rolling to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw on second down is Smith. And his throw is incomplete.
I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 60 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Starting on the ground with Herbert. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the...
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, if nothing else, they were able to pick up one first down on this drive and get it away from their own goal line. But not much happening after that, and it leads to a punting situation.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fielded at the 33. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, A field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one possession. They've got his man complete. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
The score is Seahawks 33, Bears 22. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Scott on the return out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here we go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Fields on first down. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Again, Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. Now a first down throw, Fields.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. And Lewis has it, the tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw, Fields. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll run. It's Herbert. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Here we go.
This offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Now 2nd and 9.
At the 14-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. Here's Jackson to return. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Chicago. 67 yards. Here we go. 1st and goal. Now it's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Hey, All right.
Herbert. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches.
575. Is that all right?
Herbert. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bears have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Now Fields. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close.
Oh no, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call.
Back to throw. Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lewis.
Here's second down and 3. Here's Fields.
Steps away to his left.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
And he will have the Bears first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. All eyes on Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and a yard at the Seahawks 29-yard line.
And one last throw here for Fields. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
That clock had run awfully low. Now, obviously, no hesitation. Bring out the field goal unit. Try to win it.
And no one happier about that clock stopping than the field goal unit. Now they can take their time, get set, and try and execute what they need for the game-winning field goal.
On for the field goal, a 46-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And this whole crowd is in a frenzy as their guys have pulled it